So it's Monday, January the 4th, 2021, and you're feeling terrible about yourself because you spent the past week plus off of your keto diet, off of the anabolic diet. I've talked to some of you that I had sent you the anabolic diet or the metabolic diet or some form of of a ketosis diet. So here's my best advice I can give you as far as getting back on the saddle today. Let it go. I always say when you cheat, don't feel bad about it. Don't go through the process of, you've got to forgive yourself. Don't do it. You're just your next meal away from being back on the diet. So acknowledge it. You had a great time. We all ate good. We saw family and friends. And so it was enjoyable. Now you're back on it. My best advice to you is just be prepared, get your keto food, get rid of the Christmas stuff. You got to get all that stuff out of there, give it away to somebody who's not on a keto diet. You're going to hear a lot of the gurus talk about, do 24 or 48 hours of nothing but water fasting. And, me personally, that's not for me. I will do a little bit of time restricted eating for the first couple of days just because, I'm feeling so yucky just from eating all the sweets and the simple carbs, the sugars, that it actually makes me feel better just to really start my day out and not eat anything till, sometime in the afternoon. That you're also going to have the added benefit of going into autophagy. And I talked about this in one of the other videos. So you're not only getting your body back into ketosis, you're getting all the glycogen out of your muscles, all the glycogen out of your liver. So at that point, that's when your body is going to go back to being fat adapted. It'll do it more readily now because you've been doing this, even though you've been off for a while. So you're going to start mobilizing body fat for energy. That's why I don't necessarily agree with some of the gurus and some of the other experts, because if you're not taking in those carbs, it's not necessary to completely purge your body. In my opinion, again, I'm telling you what works for me and what I've seen work for some of my people that I've worked with over the years. So getting back into ketosis when you're doing this time restricted eating, it does jumpstart that, and it will put you in autophagy, and we've talked about it in some of the other videos. Autophagy is the natural process that occurs inside your cells where your cell will actually get rid of and regenerate some of the intracellular material that is damaged. So it's going to help with longevity and health span. So number one thing, let it go. Number two, just make sure that you're getting rid of all the stuff that you had around for Christmas. And number three, make sure you're going back to taking in mostly fat. So more fat, so you're taking 55, 60% of fat, saturated fats. Do not make the mistake like a lot of people do. They think, well, you know what? I want to just really jumpstart this because if I go straight protein, it's going to be leaner, and I'm going to undo some of that I did as far as all the carbs that I ate during the holidays. No, that it's not going to happen. You're going to go into glyconeogenesis. We've talked about it. I'm not going to go into it again because you guys get tired of hearing me talk about it. More fat than protein. Make sure that you're going back to your saturated fats, your fatty meats, your cheeses. You're going to be fine. Do not go hungry. If you can do time restricted eating and you're not tempted and you're not starving, that's fine. Do a couple days of it. All right, it's good for you all around. If you can't, don't do it, because this diet is about being satiated. This is not about, this isn't some Spartan diet where you're just trying to see how tough you are and you can just do without. This is something that you want to be satiated and very comfortable doing all the time. So don't make that mistake. Also, make sure that you're taking in your minerals, your sodium. I talked about it in the supplement video. Potassium, magnesium, and sodium. Sodium, it's demonized, but if you listen to other experts, Stan Efferding and Dr. Berry, they talk about how it is a very necessary micronutrient, and it's something that we should not neglect taking it in. Anyway, if you have any more questions, hit me up. If you don't have the diet but you want to be on it, hit me up. So get back on the wagon. Don't worry about what you did over the holidays. I know I did too. And just to let you know, most of that weight is water. Because when you start eating carbs again, those carbs, when you bring in those carbs and your blood glucose and the glycogen in your muscles and in your liver goes up, they retain water. And some experts say they can hold 3 times their weight in water. So 3 times, if 1 gram of carb is actually 4 calories, just think of that in terms of for every carb that you're bringing in, you're potentially bringing in 3 times that in water weight that your body's holding. Now that's experts that have put that figure out there. I think it's not quite that, but nevertheless, it's a lot of water. So once you get back on the diet, once you go through the process of getting back into ketosis again, you're going to see that all of a sudden that weight starts dropping, you're getting rid of the water, then you're going to be back in ketosis, you're going to start losing the body fat again, and you're right back into it. So don't worry about it, and just know that you enjoyed it, and be thankful for the time that you had to do it. Just know that this diet is so easy to get back on and get right back in the saddle. And that's one of the reasons I like it so much. So anyway, if you need the diet, hit me up. If you need another diet, hit me up. If you have questions, hit me up. Thanks, guys.